Have you ever canoed down a babbling brook?
No, but I have cried at a Taco Bell.
Oh, same thing. Listen up, campers.
It's time to buckle up, pitch a tent, and take a hike.
Because Camp Counselors is a variety show.
So prepare for a good old-fashioned kumbaya,
Weird news,
hot gossip,
and scary stories around the campfire.
so spooky.
Is this podcast even about camping?
No, but it is camp. This is Camp Counselors.
Hey, happy campers!
Welcome back to Camp Shady Birch.
It is week 97 here at camp.
And it's a very special week here at camp because before we record today, I did stop at 7-Eleven and did get a Slurpee.
The cups are giving Brat Summer. Last year was Barbie Pink. This year is Brat Summer Green. It's out with Wanda, in with Cosmo. I got Cherry Red.
I got blue raspberry.
I can see it on your teeth.
I love a blue tongue. I know you talked about this before when we were talking with Aaron. You don't like a blue tongue, and that's surprising and not very fun or full of whimsy, in my opinion.
I think it's because when I was younger, somebody told me that I looked like I sucked off a Smurf. And I think that was really internalized over the years, to be honest.
And you're like, what about it? And I also ate your mother's Smurf out too. Like, I don't want you to say. Like,
not her Smurf.
I love a blue waffle. I love a blue tongue. And I think it's fun. It's very Camila Cabello album cover. She has a blue tongue in her album cover.
Oh.
I like it. I like it. I like a 7-Eleven.
Wait, no, you're saying, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
It's Brat Summer. It's Slurpee Summer. It's the summer of Camp Shady Birch. And guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but Jonathan has not been around all week at camp. I've been doing bunk checks. I've been in the mess hall. I've been playing croquet with Sandwich by ourselves. We're usually in a league with Jonathan. Jonathan, where have you been, baby boy?
I don't know if you've also noticed, campers, but I got a little tan.
I'm pleading the fifth on this.
3 days ago, maybe, I had like a little bit of a tan, but it went away when I was asleep. It just washed off. I exfoliate in the shower, okay?
Yeah, the skin said bye.
No, it literally did. I need to not exfoliate. Oh, look, red.
Oh, yeah. So there's a difference between, you said you were tan. You didn't say you were red because your shoulders are red, baby.
Giving cherry Slurpee red. I was in Clearwater, Florida, specifically St. Petersburg.
I love that area.
I had only been this one time. You've been before?
Yeah. That was James's parents' house was over there.
Oh.
Yeah. I had such a blast. That's Manatee City. That's retiree times 20. You're getting your little pub subs. You're like walking around. You're shaking your yabos. You're going to the beach. It's a really fun time.
Yeah. I'm usually in like Orlando or the other side of it. I've never been on like the underside of the shaft of the flaccid state of Florida. But I did have a good time. I had a great time. The weather was great. Weather was fantastic. It was hot as hell. But that's the name of the game in Florida. The Sunshine State.
Was it
or
swampy?
Is that Canada? It was swampy. Hey,
Yeah.
it was swampy.
Humidity at an all-time high.
Yeah. But I was on a bachelorette party for my friend Carly. Congratulations, Carly and Blake. We just kind of like bopped around for a little bit and did our damn thing.
What was a highlight of the trip? Because I love a batch trip.
So we had an itinerary, which was laminated. And it said booze cruise on it.
Ooh.
It's like, okay, I'll take a booze cruise. So in my head, I'm like, okay, we're going to have some drinks for a couple hours. And we're just going to, float around the bay or whatever that body of water is over there. I think it's the bay.
The Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, thank you so much. The Gulf. I'm not much of a sportsman. Tiger Woods. We get on there and it's actually more of like a sea bus that's going to take us to a sandbar.
Oh, a taxi of sorts.
Yeah, I guess a water taxi. But while we're on there, there's like 50 of us, 50 strangers, maybe 60 strangers. I don't know. All of us are like different bachelorette parties and bachelor parties. And there was at least one person in every group except for my group that was so sick. They were just like upchucking. I was like, oh no, I don't know how they're going to handle this one. And one of the girls in my group really can't deal with other people upchucking. So it was just like, it almost felt like that scene in, oh my God, what's that? Oh, Stand By Me, the blueberry pie eating contest scene where like one thing triggers the rest of the people. Luckily it didn't. But we got to the sandbar and it was fun. It was like 4 hours of literally waist deep water and just like vibing.
Was there music?
There was music. There were 2 boats that came up and then they had rafts. They had rafts on the top of the thing, like giant ones. It was almost like a netted hot tub that they would give you, like a giant hoop that had a net at the bottom and like all your friends could get in it. So you had a little talking pod.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was a blast. They had these girls with the fruit float. They would just go around on a little canoe with fruit. They were like, $20 and I'll give you a coconut that fell out of a coconut tree.
Was there any steel drums?
There were not steel drums, no.
So it's BYOS.
BYOS,
D.
BYOSD.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
No steel drum.
Yeah, but they kept
Bummer.
playing techno remixes of what is that? Florence and the Machine song, the
Run fast for you.
no, it's not sweet loving.
Sweet lovin'.
Yeah, they played it like maybe 7 times. I was like, okay, we can play another song, but it was so fun. I did a really good job at reapplying sunscreen, which I'm very proud of myself for, and hydrating with water.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into a bunch of people from Philly. That was fun and fresh and free. So the whole trip itself was great. But it was when I was on my way back when we ran into some issues.
Oh my God, campers. Buckle in for this this drama. What happened?
So if you're listening to this in the future, you may not remember. But let me just jog your memory really quick. What was it called?
The great Microsoft outage of 2024.
CrowdStrike is what it was called. I'd never heard of CrowdStrike before, but I heard of it this weekend.
CrowdStrike is owned by Microsoft.
Something like that.
Yeah, misinformation Molly over here.
Yeah, the Microsoft meltdown of 2024, basically it affected a ton of flights and all this shit, and it happened right when I got there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, I'm sure they'll figure it out by the time I'm leaving. So I go to leave on Sunday. It was Sunday, yeah. Sunday morning, I'm up at the ass crack of dawn to get myself from our Airbnb to the Tampa airport. And I get there and everything's fine. Everything's running smoothly. I'm realizing that a bunch of flights around me are getting delayed and canceled. And I'm like, oh my God, that sucks. And the whole time I'm texting you, I was there early because I was like, okay, let's just get through. Let's like be sat. And I get through and I'm sitting and I'm really nervous because all the ones that say on time are quickly turning orange, which says delayed, and then turning red, which says canceled. At one point, they had the plane there. They just didn't have enough crew members. So I wasn't really understanding what was going on. And then another one was like, oh, everybody's here, but our system is down, so we can't even scan anybody's ticket to get on. And finally, the time came where I was taking the one flight from Tampa to Boston, and it was canceled.
Oh, God.
And we didn't even have a terminal at that point because we had been delayed so much that the other terminals had been taken over. So I didn't really have a desk to go to. And if I did, they were crowded with people who were just freaking out. People were crying everywhere. It was like, I felt really bad because I'm like, in my head, I start, making up stories. I'm like, oh my God, this woman's going to miss the funeral of her sister or her great aunt or her cousin, maybe. I don't know. It's probably not what the truth of it was, but everybody, it was just devastating. And also at the same time, think about it. People are not getting on planes the whole morning. It was a Delta flight. Delta's on my shit list right now. Nobody's getting on a plane. So the whole terminal is just filling up with more and more and more and more people. And I don't know why they weren't telling people ahead of time that things were getting delayed and canceled, because they were waiting till 10 minutes after we were supposed to board to even announce that it was delayed. You signed up for text messages and you got a text saying my flight was on time and that it was boarding. That was not true.
That is crazy too. That it's delayed all morning, so the airport's filled with the morning crowd, and then the afternoon crowd, and then the dinner crowd's coming in, and nobody's leaving. Like, that's stressful.
And I had to book the next flight. That was on a separate. It was Southwest, which is, we had flown once. It's kind of like how the movie theater used to be, where it's like you buy a ticket and then you sit wherever.
Yeah. I feel like I was nervous that you weren't going to buy a ticket fast enough and you were going to overthink the purchasing part of it. And I was like, then someone's going to buy that ticket and then you're going to miss that flight. I just wanted you to get a flight.
So I ended up spending the night at there's a hotel in the airport, and I spent the night there. It was a rough time, okay? But I'm not going to complain. I may do, when life hands you lemons, you go to P.F. Chang's and you order yourself a drink and you sit there and you eat the bang bang shrimp. And that's exactly what I did.
I've always been a fan of P.F. Chang.
I've only been there a couple of times.
I think that's why I like it, because every time I've gone, it's always been like a nice trip, usually a vacation, because there's not one around us.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a destination spot for me.
And I was going to get the vegetable lo mein, but the bowl was massive. It was absolutely massive. It
That's
was
a
like,
good reason to get it. You want a big bowl.
I was honestly, I couldn't eat. I was stressed. I couldn't eat, but I knew I needed to because I was so out of it. At one point, I was so delusional. This has never happened to me before. I was looking at my phone in my hand and the shape of my phone didn't look right. Like I was like, is this my phone? It started to look like a rhombus almost. Like it started to everything kind of looked a little off. I think that was my lack of sleep and stress. Anyway, I got myself the flight the next morning. Luckily I did because everyone who was on my flight I had seen waiting for that Boston flight that did in fact get canceled. But I made it on. I flew to Maryland. I had precisely 15 minutes to sprint. I didn't even tell you how far that was. It was like more than a half a mile. That's probably me being drama. But I had to get off the plane, more than power walk. What would you call between power walk and a jog? A super power walk, maybe.
A power strut.
Yeah, I was power strutting to the other side of the airport.
Come on, kitty girl, show us a little leg.
I couldn't even get on the catwalk because it was just people were standing there. I was like, please get out of my way.
Why are you standing on the moving like escalator like pad thing? Like
stay to the right.
And just walk. Like you'll get there faster.
And I was really doing it. Honestly, props to me. I'm gonna give myself props because I was being a bitch in my head. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm not going to entertain anybody who's pissing me off because I was just running on 2 hours of sleep. You know, kudos to me. I'm my own camper crush of the week.
Wow.
But I made it on the flight and I made it all the way home. It took me 28 hours, but I am here.
I love that. Well, thank you for showing up for our campers.
You know, I do it because I love you and I love this camp. And I am strong mama.
No, you always are. I love that you said that you don't stress eat earlier because it's like anytime I'm stressed, all I want to do is sit down and eat.
I was just anxious. And then I was anxious to fall asleep. At one point, I was so exhausted and I set all of my alarms. Didn't know this was a thing. At the Tampa airport, TSA has an opening time. They close. They don't open until like maybe 30 minutes before the first flight starts boarding. So I get there. I'm in TSA pre-check. Everyone from TSA is standing there, giving affirmations to each other like, we got this. I'm like, what are we talking about here? Like, you're honestly doing the same jobs. You're looking out for the same shit. Thank you for your service, but like send it in an email or do it. Why are they closing? Why were we all waiting there for so long?
I thought TSA didn't close. I thought they were always open. It was kind of like a 7-Eleven.
I'm shocked. I was shocked. Our flight was the very first flight out.
Ribbon cutting for you?
Yes, I was at rope drop for the Tampa airport. Can you guys believe it? I also had the first coffee for the whatever generic brand coffee shop was there that had opened early. I was like, hi guys, are you guys open? I'll have a Danish.
First brew of the morning.
First brew of the morning. Threw that Danish right out. It tasted like cardboard, but that is so fine. But I'm just shocked that TSA closed. It was very bizarre.
Yeah. You've weathered the storm and you made it through. Well, now you've experienced something. Like you've really been a part of something big and massive that's affected a lot of people. So like when you're sitting in a bar, 6 years old at a 99, ordering the lobster roll you've been ordering for 40 years, you can sit there and say, who remembers the Microsoft outage in January? And they'll say,
not me, bitch.
I do. Me too, Papa. And everyone will start cheering for you. And then you guys can commiserate in the drama of it all. Well, I sat here on my fat ass watching it unfold with my phone.
It was a mess.
It's still going on today.
And it's crazy because also when I was
Rumor
there,
has it still happening to this very day.
literally, I thought it was just the aftermath. But it was literally, I saw it with my own eyes. Oh my God, don't spill the blue on the white couch. But I saw with my own eyes that it was still happening. Like they were still having issues, and it wasn't because they had issues before and it was just too many people. They still couldn't get into it. Every single Delta flight was canceled.
Does Southwest have TVs?
No.
Boo.
They don't have TVs. Oh my God. And then there's this. I cannot sleep on a flight. I can't do it to save my life. But like I said, I fell asleep around maybe midnight and I had to get up at like 3-ish to get to my terminal on time. I finally fall asleep. The woman next to me wakes me up to tell me that my water bottle's on the floor where I put it, because I put my water bottle on the floor. I was so pissed at her. We were fighting the rest of the way.
Did you hit her?
No, but in my head, I was just like, she probably hates me. And like, I hate her too. Like, why would she wake me up from a slumber? And then when we land, she like stands up. She's like, do you want me to get out of the way? Like, so you can stretch your legs. I know that you haven't had a lot of leg space. I was like, wait. And then I felt a little guilty.
Yeah, because she was looking out for you. And it was honestly annoying, but she meant no ill will.
She gave me a 2-finger poke right in the sternum.
No, she didn't.
She did.
That's aggressive. Why not like an elbow tap?
Pick up my water bottle if you're that concerned about it.
Was it rolling?
No.
It was standing?
Yes. In my, it was next to my bag.
Maybe she was anxious and she needed to chat.
No, because then she put her headphones right back in.
Oh, what was she watching?
Crazy Rich Asians.
I knew it. I could have guessed it.
And then she kept changing it. I was like, girl, pick a show. Please.
Babe, this are all classic signs of anxiety.
Wait, also, the person next to me, I want to say he was like maybe 13. He was like a 13-year-old kid sitting by himself, no headphones in, was watching nothing, sitting straight ahead.
Oh my God, this is the new phenomenon. People are raw dogging flights.
I don't like that.
I've done it before, but out of anxiety.
No, I have my word search. I have my headphones.
Yeah, his large print word search goes with him everywhere, campers.
It has to. I got to search for those words. Somebody has to find them. It's my duty.
Attention campers, please meet at the old flagpole under the tall pine for morning announcements.
Welcome back to Morning Announcements, campers. This is the part of the show where we share news articles with you that you might have missed that we want you to spread like wildfire. Counselor Jonathan, would you take us away? I know you've been going through a lot, but are you spreading some good news today from your article? Wait, no, is it bad news?
It's not bad news, but hey, if I'm bitching a little bit in this episode, that's just my prerogative right now. I'm trying to find the positive. I'm trying to find the light.
You are.
But sometimes your flashlight runs out of batteries and you just have to dwell in the darkness.
Okay, so you're Velma without her glasses.
Exactly.
Looking for the happiness.
I'm on all fours and my ass is in the air. Okay.
He's arching, guys. He's gaping. Let's hear it.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
This episode is rated R. Okay, so you may have heard by now, but I'm shocked by this news. And I'm going to read you the title.
Wow.
This is coming from screenshotmedia.com and it is by Charlie Sawyer. Thanks, Charlie. And it is titled, "The Internet Just Found Out That Hello Kitty Isn't a Cat and They're Not Coping Well." News flash. Hello Kitty isn't a cat. Did you know this? Did you see this?
I just saw this TikTok and I'm gonna hold my peace until the end because I have some strong feelings about this.
Okay. So, newsflash, Hello Kitty isn't a cat. In fact, she's a middle-class girl living in the suburbs of London with a mum, M-U-M, dad, twin sister, didn't know she was Mary-Kate and Ashley, and this is the real clencher, a pet cat. So she has a pet cat.
Why is she shaped like a cat then?
Well, while we try to navigate this difficult time and come to terms with reality, let's chat about how this entire thing came to be. So I saw this on TikTok and I kind of listened to it, but then I just kept scrolling. But then I started reading this article. I was like, this cannot be true. So Sanrio, you know I like Sanrio. You know how I feel about Cinema Roll.
So you always talk about that little guy. Are they related? Are they in the same universe?
No, they're just friends. But Cinema Roll is a dog. And that I don't know if I believe.
Who is the creator of all this madness? I need the name and the social security number.
Well, it is Yuko Shimizu.
Oh, I met her once.
No, you did not.
Oh, you're right, I didn't.
Okay, so this whole conversation started, campers, because Jill Cook.
Who's that?
She's the director of retail business development at Sanrio, which is a Japanese company that made the iconic character. I'm sorry, I don't need, with all due respect, a woman named Jill Cook telling me what's going on at Sanrio in Japan.
Oh, wait. Agreed. But I will say Jill Cook, Miss Cook is what we call her in the business, is crushing it. They're putting Hello Kitty on things you never thought of before. Hello Kitty birdhouses. I saw a Hello Kitty alarm system. I did. And when you rob the house, Sanrio figures come out and shoot you in the skull with a rifle.
When we were in LA, we went to the Dodgers game, and your manager was telling us that they have like a Hello Kitty Dodgers night.
How cute is that?
Very cute, but so random.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's Hello Kitty is on everything. And you know what that is? Miss Cook.
That's
Miss Cook behavior. She's cooking in the kitchen. She's cooking.
Well,
let her cook.
She overcooked the situation, in my humble opinion.
Okay, chef.
So she went on to say she was on the Today Show to celebrate Hello Kitty's 50th anniversary. The bitch is 50 years old. She's got 9 lives to live.
Believe that?
And she still stands strong. The Smurfs tried, but they couldn't. So she said, actually, Hello Kitty is a little girl. That, in my opinion, is like saying Mickey Mouse is an adult man.
It's in the name and in the body.
Hello Kitty, it's a cat. Mickey Mouse. I'm sorry. Is that not the same thing? If someone came up to you and was like, Mickey Mouse is like an adult man, right? That's not true.
Well,
that's not true, Ellen.
Don't take the head off the costume.
Oh, don't do that.
You may
please.
not like what you find.
She also said that Hello Kitty stands 5 apples tall.
I want to say on record, I like that.
She also weighs 3 apples, which I can relate to.
I'm actually going to start measuring myself in apples.
I wonder how many apples that is. But so then I'm fact checking. I'm like, okay, we're taking this. We're listening to this white woman talk to the Today Show, who's not even 50 years old, so she wasn't around when Hello Kitty was born. So I took my studies to the street, aka wikipedia.org. And here's the thing. This is what is actually her lore. Hello Kitty, also known by her real name, Kitty White, is a fictional character created by Yuko Shimizu, currently designed by Yuko Yamaguchi, and owned by the Japanese company Sanrio. Sanrio depicts Hello Kitty as a British anthropomorphized white cat with a red bow and no visible mouth. So, in her origins, in her lore, in her being, in her soul, she is a cat.
Yeah. Why are we debating this? So
because she's on air lying on the Today Show.
Well, maybe because they needed to hit a certain amount of clicks for the 50th anniversary and they had to really drive up traffic.
I really
it's a big
think
birthday for her.
She probably was just getting people to talk about her. What am I doing right now? I'm talking about her. You know what? Checkmate, Jill Cook. But in 1972, Hello Kitty was initially known as the White Kitten with No Name. And the founder got her name Kitty from Alice in Wonderland through the looking glass during a scene in the book where Alice plays with the Cheshire cat called Kitty.
She got the name by the way the cat looks.
Because it's a cat, not a little girl. And the character's first appearance was on an item, this is so random, March 1975, on a vinyl coin purse sold in Japan where she's pictured sitting between a bottle of milk and a goldfish bowl. And they were just like, I like that girl. She's going to live for over 50 years.
You know who's kind of doing a similar thing?
Who?
The Orange Bird in Disney.
And you know what? Let's
You
talk
love
about her.
him.
I do love him, but I feel like he had a resurgence recently.
Yeah, but like same thing. It's like, who are you? Like, what is your story? What is your truth? Where are you coming from? And where are you, more importantly, going?
That's honestly a very good question because I don't know anything about the Orange Bird besides the fact that it's cute and there's a lot of merch.
Like, at least Barbie had a job.
Right.
Hello Kitty, what is she doing? Stealing the spotlight from her twin sister?
I had no clue she was
What's
a
her
twin
name?
sister. Goodbye, Kitty.
Goodbye, Kitty. Oh my God, I want merch for Goodbye, Kitty.
So Sanrio decided to depict Hello Kitty as British because in Japan, Britain, I guess, was really trendy at the time. They really loved British culture. And Sanrio already had several characters set in the US and wanted Hello Kitty to be different. And then it says that she has no mouth because she wants people to project their feelings onto the character, whether it be happy or sad. And also the fact that she doesn't have a mouth means that she speaks from the heart and many different languages.
Oh my God, me trying to find the word count.
But also it's kind of smart because she did have her own cartoon
Did
back
she
in the
say
day.
anything in it?
Yeah.
From what hole? Was her mouth moving?
I am just curious to know what Jill Cook would have to say after hearing me say that.
Well, let's bring her out. She's here right now, Miss Jill Cook. Oh, she's flipping off the camera. Jill,
Don't do that.
Jill, this wasn't an ambush. This is supposed to be a sit. Look at you, Dad.
She's going to go clean the lint off of the Velcro wall.
Oh, I thought she was gonna go clean the litter box.
So that's my story.
Buffy would have loved that story.
She would have either loved it or been pissed at it.
Buffy, I also don't think has a mouth, and you can project your emotions on her.
No, she does have a mouth because her breath used to stink. And then I took her to the vet and she got like a tooth pulled, and her breath has been better. And I brush it sometimes with a little Q-tip.
Oh, that's sweet.
So what's your story?
Another animal-based story. Rare orange lobster diverted from dinner plate to aquarium by Denver Broncos fan. This was from the Associated Press by Amy Beth Hanson.
Okay, Amy Beth.
They said, what's the most all-American white apple pie
Name?
middle America name? And they said, Amy Beth Hanson.
Bop.
That sounds like if, what's it called? Cinnamon roll?
Cinema roll.
What's it called? Oh, Sanrio.
Sanrio.
Sanrio's like, we need an all-American cat character. Let's do Amy Beth Hanson.
Amy Bethany Hanson. One thing about her,
She doesn't have a mouth,
she has no mouth,
but she types.
but she has a lot to say.
She does, and she writes this. The downtown aquarium. No, this is a really cute story. Okay, we're on an animal track. The downtown aquarium in Denver has a new resident, a rare orange lobster that was rescued from a shipment of crustaceans delivered to a Red Lobster restaurant in Pueblo, Colorado.
Oh, Pueblo.
Pueblo. Is that, oh my God, am I getting this wrong? Is that where that restaurant is? From,
Oh, the pink one?
yeah.
Oh.
I think it was Pueblo.
I don't know. Someone fact check it.
Fact check that.
From South Park. Yeah,
What was
I
that
can't even
restaurant
remember
called?
what it was called.
And I want to go. I
can't
wrote a really
remember.
great story about that. A long-term employee who was a dishwasher and head biscuit maker spotted the bright orange lobster while unpacking a shipment last Friday and alerted restaurant managers. The staff named it Crush. I'm going to stop there for a second. What would you name it after? What's that mean?
The soda, Orange Crush.
The staff named it Crush after the Denver Broncos' legendary Orange Crush defense from 1976 to 1986.
Who's that?
I don't know, and I don't know what I read there, but it took the fun and whimsy out of it because I was like, "Oh, Crush the orange soda is so cute," but it was something to do with the Broncos, and they just said the legendary Orange Crush. Like, I'm not fact checking that because I don't know what that means, and I don't want to.
Look, really quickly. Clearly, sports are like, people love them. People love them. It's a worldwide phenomenon. But if
It's so global.
It's so global. Football American.
Oh my God, sports. One thing about sports, it's so global.
You ever heard of the Olympics, bitch?
That's the most global you can be.
Hello. But I will say that when people make sports their only personality trait, I'm like, what else do you have going for you? And you better not say it's your job because I don't want to hear it. What's going on in your heart? What do you like to do outside of sports in your job?
You know who knows what's going on in her heart?
Bethany Ann Hanson.
I was going to say Hello Kitty because she speaks from the heart.
She does.
So myself and many of my team are born and raised Denver Broncos fan.
Denver Bronco.
Okay, I'm going to say that whole thing again. Myself and many of my team are born and raised Denver Broncos fans. So as soon as we saw that orange color, we knew that Crush would be an excellent representative, said Kendra Kastendiek, the restaurant general manager. And we all wanted our defense line to be that good again. Okay, so I think it was like when the Broncos are popping off.
Oh, okay. So you're saying your team sucks. So you have to name it something old.
Which is kind of funny because my brother in the 90s and 2000s was a huge Denver Broncos fan.
Random.
Which is like what people would have been in the early 2000s for the Cowboys. Like reminiscing on the good old years. You know what I mean? I like their logo.
Their logo, it's fine. My favorite logo,
What?
the Dolphins. Are you kidding me?
That's so gay.
I loved a teal and orange moment. You ever heard of Dan Marino?
No.
Well, I don't know anything about him, but I know that he retired.
When the Pueblo Zoo couldn't take Crush, big L on you, huge mistake. The district, that general manager called the Downtown Aquarium, which doesn't have a name apparently, just the Downtown Aquarium.
It's just really tiny. It's a fish tank in town square.
She called them and she was like, "Hey, help," and they were interested right away. I can't say the general manager's last name; it's too crazy.
Just give her first name.
You're right, I can. Kendra packed Crush with ice packs in a plastic foam container and delivered it to the aquarium on Wednesday. As soon as they acclimated him to his quarantine tank, like his own private tank to make sure he's like not sick, at the Denver Aquarium, he was very active right off the bat and was really exploring his little area. Staff had set up the tank with a new generation Denver Broncos helmet on top and an older generation one sitting in the tank. so you can actively climb into it and play around.
Oh, that's cute. He can wear the little helmet.
Yeah, they're pushing the narrative like heavy. They're like, you will be football star. You will play. Well, I called Crush.
What did he say?
He wants to be a dancer, but he's too scared to tell anybody. So he's been hiding his ballet flats in the helmet.
Yeah, what if this is like a gay little lobster who doesn't want anything to do with football? Have you considered that?
He's orange. He's already different. He's gay. I've been saying this since I started reading art.
How orange is he? Is he like bright orange?
So when you get a fresh lobster, right? It's like,
oh, they're brown.
Yeah.
They're not orange until they're cut, or they're not red until they're cooked, right?
Yeah, and they're a little like almost like brick, like a little like either brownish with a little red fleck. This is like it almost looks cooked, but he's alive. He's orange though, like a Crush.
That's curious.
Crush will be examined by a vet, and after 30 days in quarantine, will be placed in the Lurks exhibit that houses other cold water North Atlantic Ocean species, Aquarium said. We are thrilled to be able to share this very rare and extraordinary animal with the community and visitors to Colorado. And that's what like the general curator said. Crush was shipped to Pueblo restaurant from a supplier in Tennessee, and he was caught off the coast of Canada. But we were unable to identify which coast.
What? There's like a lot of like, well,
she's like, bitch, I'm the general manager of a Red Lobster. I can't give you the lake he was born in.
I got it.
So he was caught in Canada. He's scared. He's in his little band. He's like, where am I going? Where am I going? They put him on a plane. He lands in Tennessee. He is greeted by Dolly Parton. Both. They're doing a duo at a Tennessee bar. He has a drink. He's drinking light, so he just
Tennessee whiskey.
He has Tennessee whiskey and lemonade. He shakes his yabos on the dance floor. They say, okay, get back in the car. Now you're going to die in Colorado. He gets to Colorado. Dishwasher sees him. He's like, absolutely not. He's going to be a national treasure. If a dishwasher looks you in the eyes, guys, and says you're a national treasure, you are. And this is exactly what happens.
I love that the dishwasher called it out. Who's his name?
Did we get
They didn't even say it, which is kind of disrespectful.
No, it really is. And guess what?
No, because Kendra, what's her name, is really taking credit for this. And I don't like that shit. Her and Jill Cook need to be, let's put them in the ring together.
I don't want to hear any more Jill Cook slander.
Too bad.
And I'm being honest about that.
Plug your ears.
Kendra, you can handle yourself. Not just a dishwasher, but also head biscuit maker. Okay, I want a big bread in his pants.
Yeah. And what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Genetic mutations can lead to lobsters that are orange, blue, and yellow. Downtown Aquarium has had one orange lobster previously. Oh, so he's not even the first.
Oh.
He's like, whatever, bitch.
He's still special.
So let me talk about this for a minute. Growing up, I used to go to this grocery store in Westport. It was called Lee's Market. And they had a blue lobster by the checkout. And every single day, not every day, every time we go to the grocery store, my mom would be in checkout and I'd be like, okay, bye. I gotta go visit lobster. And I go sit by sink like this. I cross my arms and I go like this.
Oh, he's
and he would go like this. He'd flip me off. And then he'd bring me close to the glass and he'd whisper in my ear. And he'd say, gay boy.
And then he'd fling his rubber band at you.
No, but he was a blue lobster, which is cooler, blue or orange?
Blue waffle.
Ask 7-Eleven.
Blue.
Ask my tongue.
Oh my God, literally.
I ate the blue lobster. Just kidding.
It does make me feel sad that I ate a lobster roll yesterday. I don't like to think about it too much. Being a pescatarian and all.
Yeah, I wish I shared those sentiments. I appreciate that you do, but I love a lobster roll.
Yeah, but when it's in front of you, sure. But when you're walking past that tank and you look at them and they have their little waving antennas that are almost screaming, help me.
No, I know. I like the separation. As someone who consumes meat and doesn't feel guilty about it, I do draw the. I don't want to see it. Like we were watching Real Housewives of New Jersey, around like in the winter, and on one episode, Teresa and Joe, when they were still together, went to the turkey farm and they were trying to get them to pick out their turkey for Thanksgiving, and even them were like, we drawing the line. Like I don't need to meet the turkey before I eat him with mashed potato. Like I need to know that there's a separation there, and like the people who work on those farms and do that, like. I salute you because, like, you know me, I love meat, but I don't need to be a part of that process.
It's the separation of the art and the artist.
It truly is. And sometimes the art becomes the artist. And in that case, it was Crush.
Grab your bug juice and bear spray, campers. It's time to pack it up and take a hike.
Welcome back to Take a Hike. This is the part of the show where we bitch a little and we tell something to take a hike.
What are you angry at this week other than CrowdStrike? Which I will say on record, not the smartest name for airport technology.
CrowdStrike.
That sounds like airstrike. That sounds like a threat. Am I making that connection weirdly? I'm a bold American.
Yeah, I can see where your concern is coming from for sure.
Like, what about
I think it was a security company. I think that's what it was, because other things were getting affected by it too. People couldn't pick up mobile orders on their phones because of it.
That's a crime. Because if I can get my DoorDash, no.
I'm also thinking I believe it was a security update for people's like information and such. And this could be, let me just say right now, allegedly, to clear my name. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to give my opinion. The airlines that were not delayed, you can tell them shit, right? Because like they're like, hey, we got the flights, we got the money, we're doing good. But I'm wondering, is it because they don't have great informational security? I don't know.
God.
It's a thought starter.
I'm saying goodbye, kitty, to this issue.
I think I'm just walking everywhere from now on.
I love that. Get your steps in.
I have to. When I posted that I was stuck in the airport for that long, people on Instagram, including campers, were like, why didn't you just drive? You should have just drove by now. I'm like, put yourself in my shoes. Where am I going to I'm renting a car in Florida, filling it up with gas and paying for it that whole way? Or am I just going to have to grin and bear it, wait it out, and then get my refund? That's what I did.
I would do that. I wouldn't drive 21 hours.
Yeah, but I'm also like, you try being me for a day, Amy. You don't know what it's like.
So what is your take hike this week?
My take a hike, contrary to the TSA being like super crazy and crowded before the facts that they opened at 4 a.m. while I was waiting in line, is that when the TSA stanchions are empty, but you still got to walk through them.
Oh and my God, I hate that.
This doesn't just go for TSA. This goes for anywhere. Like an amusement park. Think about it, guys. You go to an amusement park, and here we go. We're either talking about TSA or the amusement park. Anywhere that has a stanchion, and you have to walk back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm like, nobody's going to open this thing.
No, that's a lazy attendant, and I'll call it what it is.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be lazy, but it's like, I'm not calling, you're being lazy. Like, explain it.
But you know where I do like that is that scene in Shrek where they go to Duloc and the guy in the big Lord Farquaad hat is running back and forth, and then Shrek just walks through it. I was rolling. That is one of my favorite scenes. That, and when the little Welcome to Duloc song comes on.
Wipe your shoes, wipe your
face. The way I got up and would press rewind on that VCR far too many times. But I'm just saying, take a hike to that, because I start getting nauseous. Also, people in those lines walking behind you, walking way too close. It's happened to me thrice.
That's me. I'm walking too close. Get out of my way.
Be 5 minutes earlier and you wouldn't have to walk behind me, bitch.
Period, puta.
Why did you stop?
I don't know.
You were scared to say it?
I was.
Say it with your chest.
Period, puta.
There you go. Felt good, didn't it? So that's my take a hike. What's yours?
My take a hike is something that happened to me this weekend that was truly so mortifying. That's never happened to me before.
What?
I was hanging out with Kira, star of last week's episode. And what does Kira do? She forces me to drink against my will. And we're at the bar and she's force feeding me cocktails. She's pinning me down. My mouth is open. She's funneling into me. She's slapping me across the face. She's stepping on my nuts.
And it's funny because I know what really happened.
What happened?
You showed up, she ordered a drink, and you said, that sounds good. I'll have one too.
Okay, honestly, there's no footage, and I asked the bar for like legal purposes to show like her attacking me, and they couldn't.
Weird, very bizarre. Maybe you know what it is? It was the Microsoft meltdown.
You know, it was even weirder than that.
What?
So we step outside, and it was 50s night downtown.
50s night?
I know. New Bedford got freaky that night. They had all these like fancy old cars lined up. I'm not even have to take a hike yet, guys. I'm just painting a scene for you. And it's 50s night, and everyone's out, and they're going crazy, and they're looking at their old cars, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to be a pinup girl. Please, please, please. And everyone's like, touch my car, I will shoot you. And I'm like, fine.
Yeah, you're like, get me a milkshake, get me to the sock hop. I want to dance and do the
oh my God,
the jitterbug.
I have my Daisy Dukes on. I literally have my hair in pigtails, and I'm like, I'm rollerblading all of a sudden.
I think
I'm
it
like,
was 70s.
does it matter? This is my fantasy.
Okay.
The cars were giving, and then there was a Tesla parked, and I was like, get this piece of shit out of here, okay?
Yeah.
This is not 50s night.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If they were filming a movie here and it took place in the 50s, that Tesla would have to be CGI'd out.
I'm gonna be so honest, there were so many cars that weren't 50s. It was just kind of like car night. Just call it car night, but it was called 50s night. And there was obviously like that one older woman who bought the Amazon Pink Ladies like outfit.
Oh,
that has
the poodle skirt.
It's like, I know that came out of the bag. You didn't steam it, but it's giving.
And honestly, I don't think people were wearing poodle skirts at all.
Like, not the level that we have like romanticized it.
Literally, get me in a pink poodle skirt with a black poodle printed on it, pretty much made out of velvet. No, not velvet. Felt. That's what it is.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yes, felt. It's felt.
Yeah, walk me into a diner where there's like the countertop has that weird edge on it.
Oh, I love that.
The tin edge that's like dented in places, and anytime you try to wipe it down, all the crumbs get stuck in between the counter itself and the chrome edge.
Yeah, and that counter is made of what is the material? Formica.
Is that what it is?
It's Formica.
And this is for campers.
I don't know why the poodle skirts always have to be pink. Like, can I get a little baby yellow moment?
Nope, they didn't sell those. They sold literally
pink?
one. Yeah, at Sally's Beauty.
So all that to say is I'm lit. Okay, like I'm clearly like having a fantasy moment. Like I'm drinking. We go to another bar, have another drink. I run into my old landlords. I'm like screaming in their face. I'm like, I miss you guys. And they're like, what was your name? I'm like, you guys are so crazy.
No, they didn't say that.
No, they didn't. I'm just being drama.
Oh, okay. I was going to freak out. I was like,
shout out Ed and Nancy.
They were so nice. We ran into them in the grocery store one time and they were like freaking out.
I know. One time my power was out in that apartment and I was like calling them and I'm like, the fridge is off. And Nancy answered the phone and she goes, what? We're on a boat. And then she hung up.
Wait, wasn't that in Clearwater?
She was a Florida resident. She was. But no, they were up in Mass at that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably on the canal or something. Okay, we're at the take a hike part because I had a scene. I was drinking. I was having a good night. We go to this Italian place called Carmine's.
There's vinyls on the wall. I'm sorry.
No, there isn't. So I order an espresso martini. I was like, let's get one more drink, which we didn't need. And let's order dinner takeout and we'll go back to your house. Kira's perfectly fine at this point. She's built differently. She's looking at me. She's like, calm down. I'm like, so I ordered an espresso martini and I'm trying to show Kira a picture of someone we went to high school with who's just like really funny and like an inside joke of our friend group. Like we just like pull up pictures of this person and zoom in. Like there's nothing wrong with this person. It's just an inside joke. Like, and if you don't get that, like we're just on different pages. Like it's like just the sheer knowledge of this person is comical because this person is just a comical human being. I cannot get into that without exposing who this person is. So I zoom in on Facebook to a picture of them and we knew the bartender as well because we went to high school with him as well. And I was like, oh, he's going to get a kick out of this. Because now I think I'm doing a stand-up routine. That's my problem. Right. I'm on such a high that I'm thinking that everybody wants a piece of this pie. I'm trying to get people in. I'm like, oh, you want to laugh? I'm like performing at an all-star level. And when I turn to show the bartender this very funny photo of this person, I knock over a full espresso martini onto, not Formica, stone bar top. It does not break. Thank God. The only saving grace here. But it pours down the bar, creamy espresso martini, all on my black and white shorts, down in my socks were brown. And the smell of espresso martini is so strong. Coffee, hello. It's wafting in the air. Oh, wait. Servers are running over. The bartender's running over. Everyone's saying, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. They're wiping. Everybody's wiping around me like I'm a baby, like in a high chair. And I'm thrashing. I'm thrashing.
Like, someone clean up his poodle skirt quick.
Someone literally wipe me. Like, I need to be wiped out. Give me a wet nap. And I'm like, of course, because at this point, I am a little lit. Okay? Put the handcuffs on me. Okay? Arrest me. Sue me. I'm a little lit. But now, sober as a dime store cowgirl, I am just so embarrassed. And then this is what happens next. The bartender looks at me and goes, now you're making another drink? And at that point, I'm looking at myself like, I shouldn't, because clearly this is what's happening. You know what I said? Yes.
Oh, no. Wait, quick question. What happened to those 3 crazy beans that were on the top of them?
Oh my God. They're
never found?
No, there's probably an espresso tree sprouting.
In that very floor?
Yeah, it's probably in the cracks. And it's a little bud. It's like, hey, bloom where you're planted. It's gonna
Well,
be a motivational poster.
I hope your poodle skirt wasn't stained.
Oh my god, my poodle skirt is ruined. I brought it to the dry cleaners. I said, "This is too vintage. This is too antique." Thank God I had my cute little cat glasses on. Literally, Granny in the hot pink poodle skirt, sweating near the live band stage. She's looking like she's strung out. I'm like, this is too much, okay? But that's, you know why I spilled that drink and embarrassed myself? Because I'm making fun of Granny. Karma's like, oh, I'll give you a kiss.
And it did.
It gave me a kiss. And the bar was full and everyone's looking and everyone's like, and I'm getting this look like that. The look you're giving me right now.
Well, you know what it is?
Like, frowny, like,
The embarrassment of people coming over and like handling the situation, it makes it worse. It's like, just stop. Everybody look away. If something breaks and I'm in a restaurant, my visceral reaction is never to look. My visceral reaction is to continue as normal, because I know if I was that person, I would be so embarrassed. I would be so mortified if anybody even like acknowledged my existence.
Well, you know what Kira does when I drop it?
What?
She goes, Jesus Christ.
Oh, and then she starts taking a picture and sending it to me. Meanwhile, I'm having like a panic attack at the airport. And she's like, look at this guy.
We'll have to post a picture on the Instagram or something. My sock was brown. I had to wash my shorts twice.
Was it brown before?
No. It was like coffee brown.
Ew.
Yeah, it was bad. And then I got back to Kira's house and I was so lit. And then I had a bite of my chicken parm. And I said, wait, God does not want to take me yet. I am not one of his proud soldiers. I have more work to do on this planet. So I'm okay. And I survived it. But I can't go back there for at least another 3 days. I get a full calendar week. I'll go back. I was like, look at this guy. He's back.
Do you think the new counselor likes the top bunk or the bottom bunk? Over.
Either way, I'm giving them my boondoggle keychain. Over.
Welcome back to Camper Crush of the Week, campers. Oh my God. To leave all of that shame in the last segment, like Brene Brown would want me to, I'm feeling stronger. I'm feeling like Britney Spears. I'm feeling electric. And I want to push past the embarrassment of that and just be a better me.
And that's funny because her music video for Stronger was in a poodle skirt.
No, it wasn't.
No, wait, what was the one that had Melissa Joan Hart? I'm not even kidding. Melissa Joan Hart and her, it was at the height of Pepsi Cola. Am I allowed to say that, or is that? I don't even care. Pepsi Cola. Do you remember that? Where it was her? No? Okay, anyway. It was a poodle skirt, I swear to God.
18 years old. I don't remember any of that.
Well, Brene Brown sock would have remembered.
What is your crush of the week?
My crush of the week is a simple one.
Ooh.
It is the alcohol markers I have been using for my coloring books. What is an alcohol marker, you may ask? I had no damn idea. I saw it come up on the internet while I was surfing the web. A video of somebody, it was so satisfying.
Yeah.
It was like a meditative video. Of course, they're trying to sell me shit. Of course, I bought it. But they're just coloring in this very simple, it wasn't, okay, here's the thing. I like to color things. I haven't colored in a coloring book since the pandemic, right? And I'm over the mandala shit. I was never into the mandalas. You know why? It stresses me out more than fucking anything. The lines are so small, and I don't like when one color touches the other color. So I have to pre-plan out. I have to think ahead. And I want to be in a meditative state, you know? I want to be doing things willy-nilly. Willie Nelson, if you will. But I can't do that with the adult coloring books with the mandalas. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I hated the adult coloring book craze a couple years ago because I thought it was too intense. Like, this isn't fun with the mandala, like 17,000 little boxes in one page. It's like, it's too much.
Yeah, just if I want to use a Hello Kitty coloring book, who's apparently a little girl, that doesn't make me a little girl.
Well, where's the middle? That's what I'm saying. I don't need to be like coloring a one fish, blue fish, red fish, do fish. I need to but I also don't need coloring the Taj Mahal in an acid print. Like, where's the middle here?
Literally. And I think I did a good job of finding the right coloring books for myself.
You did.
Some pages are simple. Some pages are more complex.
They're cute though.
They are cute.
So
I got one. It's
Goodbye,
like
kitty.
it's literally Goodbye Kitty. It's like cute gothic stuff. It's like really Halloweeny, and then the other one is like cute spaces where it's like I thought it was gonna be more interior design where you get to like design the house, but it's kind of like animals living like two mice living in a teacup and what their house would look like, which I think is fun. There's enough details if you want to scratch that itch.
Yeah. Like I'm like, oh, when I was coloring a little like refrigerator magnet or something, and like, oh, a little lampshade. But I'm not over there with like 1,000 slivers in the lampshade. It's
Right.
like, calm down.
Exactly. And I usually, my go-to, I'm going to be honest, being a Pennsylvania girl, I go for the pencils. I would usually go for the colored pencils, which were created in Pennsylvania, Ticonderoga. And
Is that
this
true?
time, no, it's not true at all. I went for the markers, the alcohol markers, because they kind of like, they fill in a solid color if you get it down right. I have not gotten it down right. And also, the colors on the cap are a lie. So if you're going to buy alcohol markers, do a little test page. Usually they'll give you one. I filled it out and you were like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, I need it for reference. I need to know what they look like because it's not going to look like what it looks like on the cap.
I think I'm just okay with when I color, whatever happens, happens. Like,
Mm-mm.
I'm not an artist.
But also, what you don't know if you do something like that is the greens bleed more than any color. And I found that out through my own experiments, through trial and error. I have found that out.
Jonathan is built differently, as you can see, you guys.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Anyway, I will put up some of my fantastic art on the YouTube channel.
The markers are really cool campers, though. It's like if you've ever watched like a TikTok video of someone like coloring with a marker, and it's like just really like well illustrated and like solid lines.
Fashion girlies use them.
The fashion girls do the fashion illustrations.
Yeah.
And was it expensive, the kit you bought?
No.
Under 50?
Oh, yeah. $50? Yeah, way under $50.
$20?
So you're yen or Canada?
Okay. I'm sick.
Yeah, but that's my camper crush. I've been really enjoying it. I think I need to do that today. I need a little zen in my life.
I think it's not a bad idea.
Oh, what are you crushing on?
I'm crushing on the zen in my life, and that is thrifting since I've been back home.
Okay.
While you were gone, I spent an entire day driving through Rhode Island, going to Savers, and it's like my favorite activity ever, and I've missed it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I used to do like kitchen gadget series on TikTok and Instagram where I'd find like retro kitchen gadgets and like make a bunch of stuff with them and like film it. And I stopped doing it because I couldn't find good thrift in New York like that. It's a lot of clothing and like less like gadget and like and home appliances. But Rhode Island is a gold mine. And I didn't really find anything like super spectacular. I found a cool snow cone machine and I like made a video with that. But I just really enjoy the process of driving and listening to music and kind of perusing aisles and then being like, oh, nothing here. Guess I have to go to the drive-thru for a treat and go to the next location. Like I listen to podcasts. I just like love the whole, I don't know. It's the whole process is very therapeutic for me. Like the one I go to in Woonsocket, it's like an hour and a half from here. And that seems like crazy, but I'm like, no, this is what I'm doing today.
No, it doesn't, because I've gone with you when you do it, and you're the ones you wanted to make videos about, you won't buy them online. There was literally one gadget you bought online, and it was the Jesus Christ gadget, but the rest of them you will only find organically. And I remember when we first met and you were doing them, I was like, why don't you just order something online or like as seen on TV.com and you were like, no, that's part of it is I have to go out, I have to experience shopping and spending hours, which you do, which is very respectable, especially when the video comes out and it's good and it's, you know, what you want it to be. You put all that time in and you let the universe bring you to that snow cone machine. And you made, what did you make? It was like a
Aperol Spritz snow cones.
I would like one.
It's so good. We have to freeze the Prosecco tonight if we're gonna do it.
So what is it? Just like a little blender in there?
Yeah, but it's like a deli meat slicer almost like.
Oh, like it's really thin.
It's really thin, but like really sharp, and it spins it around and it cuts the ice, and it's like a very like satisfying shaved way.
And I know since the champagne doesn't freeze all the way, it's probably like the perfect little soft texture.
I had it frozen for over 24 hours. And I think that's the most it was going to freeze. A little soft, but not like enough to hold a shape.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you call that. Medium well ice?
Medium well ice. Yeah, pretty much. It wasn't cooked all the way through.
It wasn't well done, but it was
Mm-mm.
so close.
But your job was well done.
Thank you so much. I really enjoy it, but maybe I will start buying online when I go back to New York because I missed doing them, and it just like I just can't find them in New York. So I'm like, I don't want to stop doing them forever. But I really enjoyed spending the entire day alone. But I was telling you because it was Friday and you were at the Bachelorette. When I came home, I like filmed in front of the video, and then like I just hadn't spoke all day, really. So like I was sitting on the couch and I was watching The Office on Comedy Central because they have cable here, and I've been really enjoying that as well, just like re-experiencing cable. And Comedy Central like only plays The Office all day long. And I like looked up at the ceiling and said, "Hello," because I just hadn't heard my voice for so long. And I wanted to make sure I could still speak.
Yeah, you just needed to check out the vocal cords there.
I did. And I
Hello?
Hello?
Oh my God, imagine if someone said hello.
No, you know what's funny? We've stayed in a ton of Airbnbs together. I've been Airbnbing since I was 18. Like I've always done this. And in my fair share of places I've gotten a little like scary energy. This one, no spook here. I don't feel anything spook here. Do you?
Really quick, this kind of is a little full circle. 2 episodes ago, my take a hike was my Charlie horses. A lot of campers messaged me, left comments, were genuinely telling me what I should do, which was take magnesium. Magnesium has given me night terrors. Consistently, last night I had almost 4 and I was running on no sleep, so I needed to sleep. And it was like almost half awake. Like it was happening in this house. Like I thought somebody was breaking in. I thought there was like a goblin in the corner. At one point I may have had sleep paralysis, but I was so out of it I couldn't tell if it was sleep paralysis or if I was still asleep. So dare I say I would rather, knock on wood, take my Charlie horse than take magnesium again?
Well, I would say 4 is really extreme. 4 night terrors in one night?
4 in one night.
Oh my God.
My heart rate, I woke up, I should have fell asleep with my Apple Watch on.
You should have.
My heart rate, I could hear it in my ears. I was pumping, and Buffy knew something was wrong. She was trying to jump on the bed, and she hasn't been trying to jump on the bed here at all. And she wasn't trying to eat. She was just like, something is going on with you.
She's always trying to eat.
No, I know her.
I'm just joking.
And she also got into a bag of treats. I don't know how she didn't get sick from that.
It's her vacation too.
Ooh, true.
What song's been stuck in your head all week? Welcome to Camp Songs.
Welcome back to Camp Songs. Tighten up that G string on your ukulele and clean that spit valve, baby. Because we've got some songs to talk about.
Oh my God, I can't wait to gargle through it.
What instrument's that from?
I don't know. I just wanted to say something sexy.
The saxophone? Okay, fine. That links directly to my song, which is by Carly Rae Jepsen. That song is Want You in My Room.
Oh, love it.
Zachariah is the one who told me about this song many moon ago, and I suggested you took it a couple episodes ago. You were like, no, I'm not going to take it. So I said, you know what? Fine. If it's on the table, I'm taking it.
It's
and I'm walking away with it.
such a good song, though.
So it came out in 2019, and she came out with the music video and did a live version of it in 2020, and it fell under the radar so criminally low.
Wait, that's such a gay agenda to be like, this is the song that like should have gotten more airplay, but like
and
this one should have.
It really should have.
I love her.
I do too. I really love her. You know who produced this song and co-wrote it with her?
Don't say Dr. Luke.
Jack Antonoff.
He's an artist. I like when I see him, I get annoyed because I just like don't like that kind of face. Like, you know that kind of face?
Yeah.
He has that face I don't like.
He has that.
It's like I'm wearing glasses and I have short hair and I wear sweaters.
It's very metrosexual.
Oh my God, it's just so like.
Is that a PC term? Can I say that? I don't care if I can't.
Well, you can because you're gay. He just has that face. And
Metro PCS.
Yeah, he's so Metro PCS coded.
Yeah.
But you can't deny the man has talent, charisma, but not uniqueness.
No.
Or nerve.
No, or tan. God, sit in the sun like I did in Clearwater.
Listen, goes on one beach excursion one time, and now he's white shaming people.
Oh my God. Okay, so that's my song. I don't have a lot to say about it because there wasn't much on the internet about it.
And you're not contributing to anything else added to it now.
Bitch, what do I have to? Do you want me to make something up?
Tell me a fun fact about Carly Rae.
Carly Rae Jepsen was discovered.
Nice. Thank you for sharing.
And I really just love the song. It's Candy for the Brain. It is Candy for the Brain.
It's kind of like 80s synth.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Music video, I could have done without.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's there, which is even more disappointing because it's like we could have done so much more with it. And she has that like haircut that I don't love, but you know, women supporting women. I love her and I love what she's done with the place.
You don't have a podcast without an opinion. Okay. You're allowed to say that.
Thank you. Sometimes I fear my opinion and sometimes I'm afraid to talk about it, but you're so right. You're so right. Anyway, what's your song?
My song this week is a B-side Lady Gaga track on her last album, Chromatica. Chromatica always makes me think of summer. It was summer of COVID, and I was with Kira the whole summer, and we listened to this album all the time. And one of our favorite songs together was Babylon. Are you familiar with the song?
Oh, I'm very familiar.
Shut it out. Walk a mile. Serve it. Ancient city style. Talk it out. Babble on. Battle for your life. Babble on. That's gossip. What you on? Money don't talk. Rip that song. Gossip. Battle on. Battle for your life. Babble on. It's very Vogue, Madonna. Walk Like an Egyptian. That's by the Bangles.
I know. I love the Bangles. Manic Monday. I was having them on yesterday.
I think Date wrote that song too.
Just another Manic Monday. Oh.
I didn't know that was them as well.
That is them as well, yeah.
Okay. Well,
they also Cool for the Summer. Nope, that's the Bananagrams.
I thought you were talking about Demi Lovato.
We don't talk about them.
Hi, fatty.
Hi, fatty.
I honestly, Demi Lovato has contributed so many iconic sound bites. Okay, she is poo. But this is a really, really fun song. It very is along the lines of like Madonna, like Vogue, kind of like that talky, singy thing. And it was the last song actually on Chromatica. And there's a really interesting quote about it that she said. Can I read it to you?
Yeah.
This is the dance celebration of the accumulation of the album, but it's really the start that occurs after every finish. When we've completed a task or defeated a challenge, the end is not the end. This is a new journey, and in Chromatica, I will dance my way through all the pain, and every transition I make is into a new me, which is consistently a miracle. Me finding the word count. I vowed to always have something to celebrate, and frankly, gossip is the hallmark of civilization.
She said nothing.
2 people can talk behind each other's back, but you need at least 3 people to make it gossip. And something that used to haunt me, gossip, is now a silly construct I can dance through. So let's talk about gossip for a minute. Do you know why it's called Babylon?
Yeah, because people would babble on Babylon.
So the Tower of Babel. Do you know the historical context of it in the Bible?
The Babel Bible?
So the people of Babylonia, the Babylonians, were babbling up there in the Tower of Babel. And at that point in the Bible, it was Genesis. So like it was like opening act of the Bible.
Come on, Saga.
Everybody was speaking the same language.
Oh, which was?
Whatever, Cantonese.
Okay.
Unaware. Big tower. And they're like, we're so strong. We're so powerful. We're going to build an insane tower all the way to heaven. And God saw that and was like, absolutely not. And he confused them all and made them speak different languages. And they all got so frustrated, they stopped building the tower and they all dispersed throughout the world in their different languages, which was kind of like the foundation of culture. So that's why she called it Babylon, because like the Babel, the basis of Babel is to speak. And they were speaking, and that's the kind of the whole. Does that make sense? Am I making that make sense?
It honestly, as much as you're babbling on, somehow by the grace of God, capital G-O-D, I was following that. Yeah. And I understand it. That's interesting. And I think that's why I like my feet firmly planted on the ground, but my head high in the clouds.
I kind of love that, like, she wrote that song about gossiping, but then tied it back into that. Like, there was some, like, thought there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
but
when Ice Spice goes, like, bitch, you ain't the shit, you ain't even a fart. It's like, let's not compare that writing style to this. Like, this, they're both equally silly, but at least this one has some sort of context beyond.
Right.
There's some like level.
There's levels to the shit. Maybe if they built the tower faster with an elevator, I don't know.
They couldn't yet. And God was like, nah, you're gonna speak Cantonese, you're gonna speak Italian, and you over there, you're giving
French.
Okay. Okay.
Bourgeoisie.
Oh, I love that. Get them birds going.
Well, I think that's all we have for an episode.
I want to babble some more.
If you want to hear us babble some more, you can get bonus content at patreon.com/campcounselor.
Yeah, Patreon's been popping off of July.
Patreon's been popping and shaking its yabos, and I think you should check it out. If you're not checking out our Patreon, what the heck are you even doing? Also, if you're not leaving us a 5-star rating and review, what the heck are you even doing?
What the heck are you even doing? Goodbye, Katie. Goodbye, Katie. I'm obsessed. Okay, thank you so much. We'll be here next week. We'll be here the week after. We'll be here forever. And with that being said,
Lights out, campers.